prophecy of the curse of the woman. In looking to the book of Genesis with the account of the woman, we see that the things that are written are actually prophetic foreshadows of the end. And the culmination of all the things at the time of the end of the ages of the earth, it will be fulfilled as it was written in Genesis. And this is also considering that the woman has curses laid upon her in the book of Genesis. And that is also laid upon in the end times, in the woman in the end times. So looking to the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 16, it says, "Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee." Note some points here. Number 1, the woman is cursed with sorrows from birth. Number 2, the woman will bring forth children. Point number 3, her desire is for her husband, and that he shall rule over her. We are also told about the serpent, how the serpent will be cursed, and also the curse will be on his seed. Genesis chapter 3, verse 15 says, "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." Point number 4 here is that there is enmity between the serpent and the woman's seed. And we see that the end times, the woman, which is the church, the Israel of God, is written in the book of Revelation. Chapter 12, verse 1 says, "And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars." Verse number 2, "And she being with child cried, travailing in birth, and pained to be delivered." So we see point number 1 here, the woman is cursed with sorrows from birth. And in Revelation chapter 12, verse 3 and 4, we see, "And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. And his tail drew a third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born." So point number 2 is fulfilled here. We see that the woman brings forth children. Point number 4 is there is enmity between the serpent and the woman's seed. We see that in Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him." And again, the children of the woman are the Gentile Christians with the remnant brought into the Israel of God that go on the Exodus. And we see this in Revelation chapter 12, verse 17. "And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Jesus Christ." And we see that this woman was given birth to a man-child to rule over the nations. Revelation chapter 12, verse 5. "And she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto God, unto his throne." Point number 3 is her desire is for the man, her husband, that he will rule over her. Revelation chapter 19, verse 7 says, "Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready." So some points here to note is that the curse of the woman and the serpent in Genesis is a prophetic foreshadow of the end times prophecy. That this woman will marry the man-child, the son of man, which is a second Adam, on his return. This woman is a likeness of Eve. We are entering into the birth pangs now, and it should be no surprise that what we end up seeing is that woman's getting ready to give birth. Christ warned of the sign of the birth pangs in the end times. In Matthew chapter 24, verse 8, it says, "All these are but the beginning of the birth pains." And yet we know this woman shall flee into the wilderness for 42 months, which is the 1260 days. And there's a prophecy of this when we look to Jeremiah. In Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 29 through 31, "The whole city shall flee, for the noise of the horsemen and bowmen. They shall go into the thickets and climb up on the rocks. Every city shall be forsaken, and not a man dwell therein. And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, and though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life. For I heard a voice of a woman in travail, and the anguish as her that bringeth forth her first child, the voice of the daughter of Zion, that bewaileth herself, that spreadeth her hand, saying, Woe is me now, for my soul is wearied because of murderers." the whole city of Jerusalem will flee, and that woman is pregnant. Revelation chapter 12, verse 6, and the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. In verse 14, and the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and a half a time from the face of the serpent. So what we see is a woman that is pregnant, and all the things and the curses that are laid upon the woman, all being fulfilled in the end times. And that woman will be prepared and gathered in the next Exodus to go out into the wilderness together, to meet the second Adam as he comes down. Just like Adam and Eve getting together to go back into the garden and have the tree of life. And this is the prophecy of the curse of the woman.